Do you understand how careless these individuals are? Do you understand how careless they are? They've had this substance on you for a long time. This is the sickness industry, the manufactured obsolescence industry. Exhaust and drain. It burns things out. It makes things, phones, heads, hot. And it can also make them cold. For all intents and purposes, cold plasma, heat rays, it's just a frequency. And your brain, it can make your brain produce that frequency to make you think you're getting burned. That's what the virtual augmented reality is about. And where they meet, well, that's mixed. Just have a look at this. This is unbelievable. This is really from my own personal documentation. It's absolutely astounding. That's a mirror in a very dark room. It's fooling the AI. I do it later with my eye. They are seeing through your eyes. It's very simple technology, actually. It's amazing when you don't know of it. Now look at all that energy there that you don't see with the camera that they've already. They basically hamstrung my camera and they reduced the visibility. This is just a giant visibility reduction operation. That's all it's been. A giant visibility reduction operation. Very in slow-mo for a long time, and then they ramped it up. They ramped it up. Look at this. You see all that static electricity on me? Somebody's got to be unshuffled from their mortal coil. And the irony is, the strange irony is, they're doing it right now. And they always have. They're doing it right now as I edit and annotate and editorialize videos. While you motherfuckers, most of you, are walking around do all heated up, fuzzy. This is an absolute abomination. I mean, it's unheard of, and that's why the absurdity of the truth hides the lie. They make it so absurd sounding and seeming. They have more Weasley tricks up their sleeve than you could imagine. My throat's getting dry right now. They can dry your throat. They can make you cough. They can make you... They have given the world so much gas. They're responsible for the gas and the bloating of America and the world. I fucking promise you, man. I'd bet every fucking thing I own. Not concerned whether or not I'd win. There's not a question. And at this point, anyone who understands this and doesn't look into it, just because it's not affecting them, quote, deserves everything they get. I don't. People like me don't. I demand uh, you stop doing what you do. Whoever's doing this, cease and desist, motherfucker. Cease and desist. I hereby exonerate myself from any future unshufflings I might have to commit. This is no longer funny. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's not funny. It's not really funny. My friend Ethan said to me one time concerning something dangerous or potentially dangerous, what's the worst thing that could happen to me? I could die. And it really puts things in perspective. Being a student of the East, Ethan was saying he's not afraid of death, but I don't think he's afraid of death. I know he loves to live that much. That's me. I love to live. This ain't living. And walking around trying to ignore it. If this ain't happening to you, don't say ignore it. Okay? It's not like that. It's you don't ignore it. It's like somebody, what, depending on the level of harassment or war crime they're at. It's like somebody constantly tickling your nose or kicking you in the face or shocking you with fucking tasers constantly. That's what it's like. So try to ignore that. Ignoring it, not acknowledging it, that's not going to make it go away. And just because you're not experiencing it, you don't get to say it's consuming all of your. I mean, you're just repeating. It's brilliant. This is a brilliant plan. It really is. Because most of you are well-meaning, not gang stalkers at all, but you're doing the gang stalker's bidding. They'll turn your most loved ones into gang stalkers, essentially. Now, I'm partly responsible for this because, well, see, I shielded myself effectively. So they had to turn it up. So maybe I shouldn't go shielding myself. You're shocking yourself, Payday. You're shocking me. No, you're shocking yourself, Payday. Stop trying to shield yourself. That is the logic. Just let us do what we do. Don't try to hinder this, or we're just going to ramp it up. And they can ramp this shit the fuck up and still remain under the threshold. They can turn this up so high. The question of whether or not they can vaporize somebody, I mean, at this point, I mean, they'll leave a pile of ashes or dust, probably, and a couple of maybe bone particulate, particles and fragments. It's insanity, man. The square information, the squared information, I surmise is the camera following what's happening in real life, and as a result, blocking, it's obscuring what's really there. And there's a setting on this video cleaner that can actually bypass what's in the lens. And I'm going to perhaps try to get you that, or not. It doesn't matter. You can see what's there, but and you see the computer information, like ones and zeros. It's binary information, really. It looks like it's just square. There's other stuff there, as you can see in the video on the left. This is a feedback loop in and of on its own, because it's like once you see the uncovered version, you can then refer back to the original and confirm once again and verify it's there and cry. This is Insalubrious, signing off. Lights on, rats out.